Hi everyone, Jason here, and welcome to another episode of me on my juice box. It's like a soap box, but only juicier. Its first episode, of course, was entitled, he didn't read the book, you haven't seen it, you've got to see that one. The last one, of course, is the greatest magic trick of all time. Watch that, because that just will blow your mind as well. This one, I tell you what, it's entitled Juicing Makes You Fat. I know, I've been doing this for 20 years. I had no idea that juicing makes you fat. Now, normally, I wouldn't listen to it. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't listen to it at all. But you know, when it comes from a doctor, you gotta pay attention, people. You gotta pay attention. By the way, I want to quantify this. I'm not anti-doctor. Every time I do something like that, it makes me sound like I'm one of those freaks that's anti-doctor, anti-pharmaceutical. I'm really not at all. It's just that every now and then, somebody in the medical profession will say something about juicing that just is nonsensical, doesn't make sense. This particular is a TV doctor. I've been watching him since I was a kid. He's been on TV for over 20 years, maybe even 25 years. His name's Dr. Hillary. And he, let's put it this way, is not a huge fan of juicing. They were trying out their usual January diets.
We wanted to look at the faddy diets that people embark on in January so often. It's always tempting to try these faddy diets, celebrity-endorsed diets, as you've said. But do they really work? So we tried 2 out.
Actually, it wasn't just them. It was the British Dietetic Association, no less, that were telling people to avoid the 2 worst diets of last year.
Emma, first of all, was on the so-called weight loss tea plan. Chantel had the juicing diet. Those juices were made up of the kind of fruit and vegetables you can see just behind the glasses. The British Dietetic Association said these are the worst 2 fatty diets to try. Don't try them, avoid them, they're saying.
Yes, you've got to avoid that at all costs. So let me get this straight. A very renowned, well-known doctor, Dr. Hillary, on television, along with the British Dietetic Association, are telling everybody on Good Morning Britain, one of the most watched shows in the morning, that they should avoid a diet that increases their fruit and vegetable intake. What? Here's the best part. They were dissing the juice diet, of course, at the same time as promoting their own fad-free diet. Still a diet, but it's called a fad. It's different, right? It's called a fad-free diet. And it's endorsed by a doctor, so we're all rocking. Dr. Hillary said to just reassure the viewers, of course, in case they wanted to try the juice diet.
But you 2 did them under supervision, didn't you?
Of course, yeah.
So
we did health screening before and after to make sure we got GP's permission and to make sure they were healthy at the start.
There's too many things, aren't there? I don't even know where to start with this one. First of all, make sure she was healthy. If she was healthy at the start, why is she doing any kind of diet? If you're slim and healthy and you feel really good, why are you doing any kind of diet? Dr. Hillary, if she was healthy at the start, why have you then put her on nothing but juices for 28 days? That doesn't even make any logical sense. That's the first thing that doesn't make sense. The second thing you said was, don't worry, it's under supervision. That gives the very false impression that it's dangerous to do. What you're doing is subconsciously telling people, look, don't try this at home, kids. And the third thing he says is that you had GP permission. So, okay, it still astounds me that you can go to Vegas, you can eat nothing but burgers, you can drink nothing but alcohol, you can go crazy on food. No one says anything. No one says, have you contacted your doctor first? But the very second you go on a juice plan, all of a sudden, oh, you have contacted your doctor. Makes even less sense when, even by their own admission, the average GP is changing, but the average GP, particularly when Dr. Hillary trained, there's no question, spent an average of about 6 hours worth of nutritional training in their 6 years worth of medical training. 6 hours. The person that they got to try the juice diet was somebody called Chantel Standing. She did it for 20 days. She lost 11 pounds in that time. Now, Dr. Hillary Jones was quick to say,
if we look at the juicing, that's unsustainable. That's not nutritionally complete. There's hardly any protein in that. All the sugar from the fruit is being released as free sugar, which is not good. You've got no fibre. Yes, they lost weight. Chantel only lasted 20 out of 28 days, and she found it hard, but she lost 11 pounds. So as a crash diet, yes, it works, but it's unsustainable. And there's plenty of evidence that juicing actually leads to weight gain later on.
Let's go piece by piece really quick. I know it's meant to be a quick Jason's Juice Box. First one is, it's not nutritionally complete. Well, listen, when you do the full 28-day plan, and there's plenty of blends in there, including avocados, and there's bananas in there, and there's a plethora of different fruits and vegetables, and there's also some hunger SOSs. Even if you argued against that, we're not asking somebody to do it for longer than 28 days, and we only ask them to do it for 28 days if they're particularly overweight and sick in the first place. But you had this woman do it, Chantel Standing, and you said that we had to make sure that she was healthy before she started. Okay. Hardly any protein in that. Again, largest land animals are all vegan. We need protein from amino acids. They're building lots for protein. That's for another Jason on his juice box. Again, it's only for a short period of time, so let's not worry too much anyway. And I've never met anybody with a protein deficiency. All the sugar from fruit is being released as free sugar. Again, don't miss the free. The sugar one, I promise, and I've been promising it, will be the next Jason on his juice box. Will be all about the sugar and fructose and all of that. Because if I had one more person, and then he's gone on to the, you've got no fiber. I've covered that in the last Jason on his juice box. That was episode number 2 in the greatest magic trick of all time. He said, no, it isn't healthy. This drives me crazy as well. Dr. Hillary meets Stephanie. This is Stephanie who wrote to me recently. You just got to look at the before and after. She goes, it's been a long time, loving your juices. Again, after having my 4th baby and gaining over 100 pounds during pregnancy, I'm back on track and feeling good. Doing the 7 pounds in 7 days, which is a 7-day juice plan. I started January the 2nd and actually kept going for 8 weeks. Don't try this at home, kids. Make sure it's supervised. I lost 33 pounds. That's got to be wrong because you've said juicing causes you to gain weight. So that must be wrong. First of all, I went from drinking 8 to 10 cups of coffee a day to none. I've been telling everyone about how I feel, how much energy I have. People can't believe it. I just bought Super Blend Me. Can't wait to start 21 days. She's now going to go 21 days Super Blend Me till she gets there. What makes me mad, and it's for another episode, it's not for this episode, I appreciate, is that the same people that would say, don't do this, juicing's bad, even if somebody's morbidly obese, are the first ones to say, put them in hospital and let's stomach staple them. Let's spend £10,000 operation. I know, that's another Jason on the Juice Box, it's coming in. Dr. Hillary, I haven't got time for too many more. I could go on for weeks introducing you to people, but just a couple to illustrate the point. This is Steve. If you look at Steve up there, he dropped 48 pounds in weight. He's not taking any more medication. He's got no more hip pain. Juicing has completely changed his life. Skin was better, heartburn stopped, and more importantly, my energy levels were through the roof. Also, hip pain had decreased to the point where I'm not taking pain relief. I lost 7 pounds in the first month. 3 months on, I've gone from 16 stone 9 pounds to 12 stone 5 pounds. I also do workouts now, and the juice diet has allowed me to do it with no pain in my hip and more energy. Super Juice Me has changed my life. That's why it annoys me. I'm being serious. I'm genuinely being serious. That's what annoys me. You can't put somebody off of doing this, or you need doctor's permission to do it. He was on tons of medication with doctor's permission and it got him nowhere. And I'm not saying we shouldn't medicate in the short and long term in certain circumstances, because clearly we should. What I am saying though, is that it does no harm for somebody to turn their lives around with freshly extracted fruits and vegetables in a juice or blend form if they can't eat it. Sorry, I know, but look at the change in him. It makes me mad. The whole life has been frigging changed. But had he just watched Good Morning Britain one morning? But no, because I'm not under supervision. And actually, if I'm not under supervision, that must mean it's dangerous. Frigging drives me absolutely insane. And final, look, I'm just going to show you Mark here. Dr. Judy, please meet Mark. He's lost 6 stone. That's 84 pounds in weight. He's IBS free, no more irritable bowel syndrome, and no more IDS, irritable doctor syndrome. I've just made that up, but you know what I mean. High blood pressure free and gout free. No more medical drugs again. No more medical drugs. I'm healthy and happy, and that's the way it's going to be thanks to juicing. That's the end of the juice box. Just because it's said by somebody with letters after their name, before their name, or they're on screen, or they're on Good Morning Britain, I would succinctly argue the point for juicing and blending, especially in an era where we need more fruits and vegetables than ever before, and especially when you see the turnaround of so many people. Thanks once again for tuning in to me on my juice box. If you have any subjects, anybody that you see posting any nonsense about juicing or blending, anything that you see about somebody who's overweight and a doctor said don't do juicing but go and have your stomach cut out instead, anything like that, please post them either on my Facebook or my Instagram. More importantly though, on my YouTube channel, which is JuiceTube. Share this with as many juicy naysayers as you possibly can too. Listen, it's a tough fight out there, but I believe that we will win this war because it's far too important not to get this message across, as the consequences are quite horrendous. Till next time. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, more of the same over here. Latest video over here. Don't forget to subscribe and to like, and please share what you see.